怒っとるとき。
ナルトくん泣いて。ナルトくん
慌てて。
ナルトくん
笑って。
ナルトくん
絶叫して。
Guys, honestly, baby boy, I thought anime was the weirdest thing anyone could ever watch. I used to straight up discriminate people for watching that shit. Like, bro, don't you have anything better to do? And with all the weird stuff I'm about to talk about, you can't even blame me. And give it a try and realize this was actually goated. Like, is this what I've been missing? Now, I can proudly say I love anime. A sentence that have gotten me crucified before. But every now and then, when I'm watching my favorite anime, I can't help but ask myself, what the hell am I watching? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's disgusting little action. This characters be doing sometimes. Bro, I'll be looking at my screen absolutely baffled at what I'm seeing, wondering who is this for? A 600-pound man in his mom's basement. I can't even defend this shit anymore. These are the reasons people still think this shit's for creeps. But the Loki is. Like, you guys are not helping our case here. So today, I'm going to go through some of the worst tropes I can think of from the top of my skull. First up, we got a trope that ticks me off in ways I didn't even know was possible. It's the overly excited girl voices. Whenever I see these girls performing their daily madness, it makes me want to smack the next person I see, because I can't punch through my screen and hit them myself. And I don't mean excited as in happy. These girls will literally scream for any reason they can. Angry? Scream. Sad? Scream. Scared? Scream. And God forbid someone makes any type of physical contact on them, because they are going to turn into a siren, and the noise is so insufferable. There have been a lot of times when I had to pause and ask myself, am I about to continue watching this? Bro, one of my friends that don't watch anime heard this buffoonery coming from my phone and looked at me worried, like I was watching straight corn. And a lot of the times, these characters are also paired with another annoying trope where the girl just keeps punching the MC at any chance she gets, out here giving these boys life-threatening injuries. And you always be for some stupid reason, like him asking for directions, or let's say he's giving her life-saving CPR, and she wakes up and sees he kissed her to save her life. Yeah, that man is getting sent to the moon. Like, what are we doing here, bro? I know this isn't how girls act in Japan, so who's writing this? Yeah, that's enough of that. The next trope is the villain redemption arcs. Now, this one is not as annoying as the last one, but I'll argue it's even more ridiculous, because this actually affects the overall story and what happens in the show. You would have niggas that have murked entire villages and raped a couple of people too, probably, then giving a person a new life. The animes that come to mind whenever I think of this trope is Naruto and Demon Slayer. Now, Demon Slayer is not exactly a redemption arc. It's just every single time one of these literal demons die, they try to make us feel bad for them. And I'm not joking when I say every single time. They'll be pulling up with this weak ass backstory talking about oh, it turns out this demon was a slave in his past life, so it's not really his fault. Y'all should feel sorry for him now. What the hell? Shout out to the innocent people he murked. Why didn't this dude get a flashback? I mean, he's more of a hero than him. Even the guy that killed your favorite character, Rengoku, was out here getting a backstory. And don't even give me that bullshit of, oh, it's called characterization and building depth. This is not how you build depth. This is not how you make likable characters. They are guilt tripping us. Open your eyes. It's so annoyingly obvious when the author wants you to feel a certain way about a character. They push it in your face. Oh, Demon number 100 also had a sad story. I don't care. I do not care. Naruto's take on this trope is just ridiculous. It's the worst out of every single anime I've ever watched in my life. Hell, they probably even started this after getting their shit rocked by Naruto. They'll be like, you know what, nigga? I am just like you. How come I didn't see that before? It first started from the pain arc, the first ever talk no jutsu victim. And when I first saw Naruto convince this man that his entire life's work, he should end it on the spot, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But after that, they were not even trying to hide how absolutely ridiculous talk no jutsu is. With the way Naruto was moving, I fully expected Madara to turn into a good guy. And then we got niggas like Orochimaru, a literal serial killer, a former member of the Akatsuki, just roaming around the streets of Konoha like he ain't do nothing wrong. He's even a teacher now. Imagine being one of the people that lost your entire family because of the war crime this nigga committed, and now you have to take your own kids to the same school as this weirdo. And Orochimaru is low-key, no, high-key, very similar to the next one I'm about to mention. And I would even go as far to say this is the worst of the worst when it comes to anime tropes, lollies. Now, when I was making this video, I didn't even know this vile arc had a name. Lollies are these little girls that look nothing over the age of 9, but the author claimed they are over 1,000 years old. How old do you think this girl is? Take a guess. 9, 10, maybe even 11, but you're pushing it at that point, to be honest. Yeah, she's over 1,000 years old. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I believe this should be a crime. These men are literally telling us what they are into. Like, this is not okay. There's no reason for you to make them look like this, except they're trying to justify their disgusting kinks. And we got obvious examples like 7 Deadly Sins, but I'd rather talk about an example of this trope that no one seems to mention for some reason. It's an anime that goes by the name of Jobless Reincarnation, or Mushoku Tensei, for my sub-watchers out there. Now, if you know this anime, you already know exactly what I'm about to talk about. Now, this isn't exactly an example of a lolling, but I would argue this is far much worse. But if you don't know this anime, it's an isekai about a deadbeat loser that dies, and I'm going to get back to how and why he died exactly. He then gets transported into a medieval world, but as a kid, and keep in mind, he still has the mind of a grown man. He didn't lose any of his memories, so he's basically a man inside a child's body. Keep that in mind. This freak then takes advantage of the fact he's in a child's body and goes on to group every little girl in a 500-meter radius. And that's not even an exaggeration. Look at this, he's squeezing her chest. You cannot defend this in any way. This is a grown man touching kids. Literally. Someone call the police. Who made this anime? And remember how I said I'll get back to how and why he died? Well, it turns out he was such a useless member of society, he never left his room. Even during the funeral of his own father, all his family members went out and he stayed in his room doing God knows what. After the ceremony was done, his brother was like, yeah, enough is enough. Get this nigga out of here. After he enters his room to get him out of the premises, he catches this spit of a human being watching something that made me rethink whether I was going to watch this anime or not. It turns out he was using a camera to spy on his niece, who is a minor, by the way. Yeah, you just heard that right. That's when he gets thrown out of the house and killed by the inevitable isekai truck. Whoever made this anime should be arrested right now. I'm not even joking. Forget all the memes, forget all the jokes. Take that man in. Turns out the author of this anime is remaining anonymous for obvious reasons. You know what? That's it. That's it for the video, guys. Don't worry, more coming out next week. Maybe even a part 2. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and Jesus loves you.